All right, something said speak on it, so I decided to speak on it. And I've kind of been posting or touching on this lately with some of my posts, which may seem erratic or very novelty, like, what is he talking about? He's like telling a weird story, like that's so fairy tale like. Well, let me explain exactly what's going on with that. I'm not really posting erratic from my point of view. I'm posting where I'm addressing different topics. So your mind's erratic. No, like I have said before. And I'm not saying that you should take my word as bond. What I'm saying is, listen to what he's saying. I want you to decipher what I'm saying. I don't want you to believe what I'm believing. I'm aware that you got to keep in mind that when you talk about things that are like someone's a psychic medium or someone's channeling in something, okay, think about that on a metaphoric level. I will show you how I decode. Okay, and yes, I was taught this. No, it's not in a book. No, it's not in Google. You can't type in a word and do it like I do it. But you can do it. But some don't seem to apply that in the sense of being able to what I call deconstruct character, disassemble your structure. I also use the reference to what they call reverse engineering. What is that? Reverse engineering is where you find something that is beyond anything you understand or can build, but based off of it, you reverse the way you're seeing it so that you can find out the source of what created it. You reverse engineer. So in other words, if 100 years ago they're given a jet plane, in fact, this has been claimed that the government has done this with UFOs. They found a UFO, really, and they reversed engineered it. What's that mean? They eventually figured out through looking at how the thing was assembled, how they could make it themselves. Okay, think about that aspect when you think about everything you look at, numerically, verbally, all of that. And you will find it's not folklore, it's not some joke, it's very accurate. And how do you know it's very accurate? Well, no one's going to tell you, yeah, you know me. Well, I do sometimes. I say that to other people, and I give them props at that, because I'm not afraid of that. Other people say, what? You think you know me? Those are the easy ones to disassemble. I hate to say that in such a negative way. But let me give you an example. I use metaphors all the time, right? Metaphors be with you. No, I want you to think about that. Metaphors be with you. There's a reason with that. Okay, use the fours, Luke. Okay, go to Luke in the Bible, 4:4. Use the fours, Luke. Use the fours, Luke. What? A prophet is never respected in his own hometown. Luke Skywalker was never respected in his own hometown. Then Obi-Wan Kenobi found him, and he became right. There are connections everywhere with that. Let me give you another example. Now, I'm going to use the term arc. Your word may be bubbly, or your word may be just Susan or Bob or whatever. I'm going to use arc because it's the one I'm the most familiar with, and you guys, obviously I rant and rave about arcs all the time. Okay, look at my character structure. He claims he's archangel. Okay, now look at the world around you. When I say, oh, look, there's an arc, what do you think of an angel right away? Okay, fine. How can you understand if this person is really an arc or not? Well, where else can we find the word arc? It is spelled many different ways. A-R-K, A-R-C-H, A-R-C. You can apply all of them across the board. Let's use ARC. ARC, arc. It's as if an electronic phenomenon, right? Arcing power lines. Oh yeah, right. Don't touch them. Now, why don't you want to go touch the downed power lines that are arcing? And by the way, when they're arcing, what are you seeing? Oh, it's like a big bright blue flashes. Blue flashes, right? Flash of genius. But dude, if I touch those things, what's going to happen? I'll fucking get shocked. Right. So an archangel human would be what? Shocking. Exactly. Think of more electronic phenomenon. Your battery died on your car. Okay, so you have jumper cables. You hook the positive and the negative together. The positive and the negative together. So now we're talking about positives and negatives. I can break that down and saying, well, you can appear bipolar. Bipolar. And Arctica. An Arctic. Bipolar. Get it? Positive, negative. Now what happens if you touch those two sides at once? Oh, dude, whoa, exactly. Exactly. So, at the same time, if you're broken down on the side of the road and your car's broken down and you have no electric power and all of a sudden someone stops and comes out with jumper cables, what are they? Oh my God, you're such a lifesaver. Right. Why? Because they had jumper cables. And they gave you the power to get going. But at the same time, there's a negative and positive to that. What? Well, when you hook the positive and negative together, be careful, because else you get shocked. You'll get jolted. You'll get bit. You'll see a flash, a bright blue flash. Right. And it's fantasizing to me because, for example, if you live in Los Angeles, when the Santa Ana winds blow, what's the nickname for the Santa Ana winds? The devil wind. Right. What mountains do they blow out of before they, eventually reach the Santa Anas, Malibu, and all that? They blow out of the San Gabriel's, Archangel Gabriel Mountains, into the city of angels. And you hear sirens at night. Oh yeah, then fires start. It's weird. People act crazy. Exactly. Oh, and you can see power lines arcing. Right. Big blue flashes everywhere. So when the devil winds blow out of the San Gabriel's in the city of angels, people will typically see bright blue flashes going off everywhere like lightning. What were those things? You see power lines arcing everywhere. Why? Because the devil wind's blowing. It's a metaphor. Oh, so deconstruct everything like that. The same with Noah's Ark. They're connected with Noah. What do you mean? Well, we have some jokes amongst the archangels, and you're not going to find this in a joke book. What do Noah's Ark and the archangels have in common? What? Everywhere we go, we leave people awake. Awake, like a boat leaves it. And trust me, we're loud motherfuckers. We'll leave you awake. And also, we'll give you information that'll wake you up. It's multi-layered, multi-dimensional, right? Everything is that way. What did God tell Noah about the ark? Take 2 of every kind of animal and deposit it in the ark for safekeeping after the flood. Right. Why was that? In fact, some people believe it was a UFO, and that what they meant was take the DNA of all species on the planet, because it was going to be destroyed, and place it into this boat so that when it came back, they futuristically used DNA to recreate the Earth with what was there in birds, people, even, and animals. Okay, so what do you have when you have an archangel, dude? To be honest with you, you usually have a troubled individual, so appearing, always in trouble with the law, does not look like an angel, because what? Our angels always come in disguise. Right, I disguise all the time. I'm always talking shit to guys, right? And you say, what? This guy's crazy. Right, I'm disguised. It's crazy. I'm not crazy. This guy's on drugs. That's totally in your mind. It's a disguise. Sorry, I didn't mean to disguise, but what do you see in the angels? I don't know, but where do you see them coming from? I see them up in disguise. You use that kind of ability to define anything, and a name even. First name is given by what? Parents. Last name is given by what? Grandparents. What's the middle name? It's given by God. It's the angelic identity or holy divine identity of the person. My middle name is Butch. I've had that answer so many times. Mine, it's not like Jesus. My middle name's not like Mary. Okay, let me ask you this. Who was Butch to you? He was a friend of the family. He was a priest at St. Michael's Cathedral. There's your answer, bitch. Don't call me a bitch. I'm a bitch too. Remember, they deposited all of that in the ark, so I gotta be positive, negative, female, guy. I have a sensitive side, and I can be a bitch. I can be very loving, and I can be a fucking asshole. It's just the way I was wired.